Hello, my name is Victor, and today I want to give you tips on how to solve any question on polygons, be it in KJSEA or KCSE. You will be able to understand how the question of polygons is framed and understand the basic concepts on how to answer any question. After this video, you will never fail a question on polygons. Read my lips, never fail a question on polygons. Come with me. Now, when you are asked about polygons, we are talking about such figures. So, this one, let us start with the simple ones. This is a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides. Now, this one can be a square, or you can call it a square, a rectangle, or a quadrilateral that has 4 sides. This one is called a pentagon. Pentagon. Now, I want us to use these two to be able to answer any question on given any number of sides of a polygon. We know the sum of interior angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. This one we know. So now here we can draw such a table, and we will say number of sides, and here we can say sum of interior angles. Sum of interior angles. So we know if it has 3 sides, that one we know it is 180. So if it has 4 sides, again we know this one, if this one is 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, and this one 90 degrees. If all sides are equal, the 4 sides, if you add them, they'll give you 360. Alright? So an easier way to understand this question is to divide here into 2 triangles. And you say this triangle interior angles is 180 and this one is 180. Okay? Now, when you come to this figure with the 5 sides, you have how many triangles? You have this triangle, because interior angles we are talking about adding all this. So first we are going to add this part and this and this. Then the second triangle is here, this, and now this other part. And again you are going to add this, this, and this. In other words, you are going to have, at the end of the day, you are going to have this added to this, added to this, added to this, and added to this. So the number of triangles in this question is that you have triangle 1, triangle 2, and triangle 3. So each triangle has interior angles adding up to 180. So it is 180 times 3, and this one comes to 540. And this is 5 sides. So what have you noted? Let us write here, add another column and say number of triangles. So if this figure has 3 sides, how many triangles does it have? 1. If it has 4 sides, like this one, how many triangles does it have? 1 and 2. It has 2. What about the pentagon? How many triangles does it have? 1, 2, 3. It has 3. So these are number of sides against number of triangles. We will draw one more just for the purpose of illustration. Yeah, so let us draw a figure with the 6 sides. So it should be like this. So this one has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many triangles does it have? You can take from one end, you draw this one, you draw again another one there, you draw another one there. So at the end of the day you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you have 4 sides, this is has 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But how many triangles are inside 4? You have 4 triangles here. So we want to derive the sum of interior angles. What we have noted here is the sum of interior angles is 180 and this is 360. So this one is like 180 times 2. This one is 180 times 3 because you have how many triangles inside? 3. This one has 4. So the sum of interior angles here will be 4 times 180. 4 times 180, which is 720 degrees. Now, so I wanted you to see the relationship between the number of triangles and the interior angles. So what we can note is that the number of triangles is like the number of sides minus 2. If you have 3 sides, you have 1 triangle. If you have 4 sides, you have 2 triangles. If you have 5 sides, you have 3 triangles. If you have 6-sided figure, you have 4 triangles. So it's like this one, it is n number of triangles here. Number of triangles can also be written as n minus 2. This is 3 minus 2 is 1, 4 minus 2, and so on and so forth. So how then do you relate this with this? We say we know the sum of interior angles. Now from there we can write the formula here. Okay, now we can delete this because we have understood and write. We have understood that part, or we have demonstrated well and clearly. So formula one that you need to know is that sum of interior angles is given as 180 times n minus 2. n minus 2. In other words, the number of triangles that are in that polygon. Yes, in that polygon. Now, so sum of interior angles is this. So if you are asked, give me the sum of interior angles present in a hexagon. By the way, you need to know the names of this. These are triangle, these are quadrilateral, these are pentagon, this one is a hexagon, and so on. You can go up to 10. Now, if you are told to find the sum of interior angles of a 6-sided figure or a hexagon, you would say S is equals to 180 in brackets 6 minus 2. 180 times 4. We know that 180 times 4 is 720 degrees. You can do that with your calculator, you can just do it manually. This is 0, this is 4, that's 2, this is 7. So this is 720 degrees. What about if you are told to find the sum of interior angles of a decagon? Decagon has n is equals to 10. So you're going to say S is equals to 180 in brackets 10 minus 2. This is 180 in brackets 8, or 180 times 8. So this 180 times 8 should be 0.64. So the answer here is 1440 degrees. So can you fail such a question when you're told to find the sum of interior angles? See, I told you, you will never fail a question on polygons again. Now let us go to another interesting relationship. The second formula here. So we are going to write the formula, then we are going to demonstrate. So formula 2 Formula 2 is number of sides of a regular polygon is given by 360 divided by exterior size of exterior angle. So 360 degrees divided by the size of exterior angles. For example, now I can delete this so that we go to the next one. We have an example. We have a triangle. We can draw a triangle and say, so this one is called interior angles. But when you project one line, you form what we call an exterior angle. You can form what we call an exterior angle. This one is exterior angle, while this one is interior angle. Suppose this is an equilateral triangle, so the interior angles will be equal to 60 degrees. So then, if this angle is 60 degrees, what is the size of exterior angle? And they are projected on the same line. So it is 180 minus 60. So this one would be 180 minus 60 degrees. And the answer is 120 degrees. So now, suppose you are given and told the size of exterior angle is 120 degrees and you need to find the number of sides. Find the number of sides. The question would be, find the number of sides of a regular polygon whose exterior angle is equal to 120 degrees. So when you are told to find the size of exterior angle, the number of sides of a regular polygon whose size of exterior angle is 120 degrees, how would you solve that question? Now, this question would be, you would take this formula. The number of sides is equal to 360 degrees divided by the size of exterior angle, 120 degrees. 12 goes into 36 3 times. So n is 3. We know the triangle has how many sides? 3. Suppose this question is rephrased and you are told, find the number of sides of a regular polygon whose I think you can't see that place where I'm rubbing. Okay, whose exterior angle is equal to 90 degrees. So this one is 90 degrees. So you just replace 360 degrees divided by 90 degrees. 9 goes into 36 4 times. So n would be 4. Now let us demonstrate this using a real figure. Now we have shown this. Now let us use a square. We have a square that has 4 sides. And we say this is 90, 90, 90, this is 90, and also, so this one is the interior angle, while this is exterior. So if this is 90, 180 minus 90 is also 90. So the size of exterior angle is this. Again, you have seen this figure has 4 sides. If you didn't know the number of sides but you were given the exterior angle, you would take 360 divided by exterior angle, you would get 4. Are we together? So now, let us rephrase this question and say, instead of finding the number of sides, you are asked, find the size of exterior angle of a pentagon. Find the size of the exterior angle of a pentagon, a 5-sided figure. Or it will actually be drawn for you. They will draw, like here, the sample provided by NEC for KJSEA. We can start with that. They had given you a figure and asked you to find the size of the interior angle. So we are going to do the interior angle, then exterior angle. So for this case, you can use the two formulas. So find interior angle. Let us first find the size of interior. Find the size. Find the size of interior angle of a pentagon. And they have drawn for you. However, what is important is the number of sides. So we know n is equals to 5. Here you can use either formulas. For example, if you use this one, you are going to say you need to know the number of sides, the sum of interior angles of this figure. So you are going to use 180 in brackets 5 minus 2 is equals to 180 times 3, which is 540 degrees. Then the next part would be if the sum 1, 2, 3, 4. If the sum of interior angles here is 540 and all sides are equal, then this angle x would be 540 divided by 5 sides. So here you would get 108 degrees. So the size of this, here it is written y, would be 108 degrees, choice C. However, if you are asked for the size of the exterior angle, this one, if this one is 108 degrees, then this exterior angle would be 180 minus 108. The answer there would be 72 degrees. This is pretty easy. However, now let us use the second formula to find the size of the exterior angle. The size of exterior angle using the second formula. So this one is the one that is required, and you are told to find the size of exterior angle of a pentagon. N is 5. We know that n, number of sides, is given by this one. Number of sides is given by 360 degrees over exterior angle, which in this case is x. Now here we have n. We know n is 5. The number of sides is 5 divided by 360 degrees. Okay, it's equal to 360 degrees over this angle x. When you have such an equation and you only have one unknown, it is pretty easy to solve that one, isn't it? It is. Now here you make x the subject of the formula. How do you do that? You multiply by x times x. This one will cancel with this, so you have 5x is equals to 360. To get x, you divide by 5 by 5. So x there is 72 degrees. It is exactly what we had gotten here, because we got this one as 108 and here is 180 minus 108. Will you ever face such a question? How now? So you can use the two formulas to get even the size of. If you start with this, you get the exterior angle. Then to get the interior angle, it is 180 minus the exterior angle. Good. Now let us look at how then. So these two formulas, let me delete this part. These two formulas can be used to solve so many questions. This one, these two are the formulas you need to solve any question on regular polygons. However, we are going to look at, we have already solved this one, the one provided in NEC. We can take now, this is KCSE made familiar. So students doing KJSEA, don't go away. Also, the questions that are present in KCSE can also be helpful for your revision. Now, let us look at a question that was asked in the interior angle of an octagon, or in the value of x. Okay, let us do the question that was done in my year. I did my KCSE in 2013, and there's a question here that is interesting. So it is asking the interior angles, the interior angles of an octagon. Octagon, we know it has 8 sides. So I'm not, should I write the question? Yes, let us. So the interior angles of an octagon are 2x degrees, a half x, x plus 40 degrees, 110 degrees, 135 degrees, 160 degrees, 2x plus 10 degrees, and 185 degrees. So these are the sizes of interior angles of an octagon. Then you are asked, find the value of x. Find the value of x. So what is x? X is an unknown value. 2x, x could be 10, maybe 2 times x is 20 degrees, the size of that angle. Now, this question is special. It is not regular. Note that the polygon, even a triangle, it doesn't have to be equal. You could get this is 30 degrees, this is 60, and this is, say this is 100 degrees, and this could be 50 degrees. So that when you add up, they give you 180. Regardless of the shape, the sum of interior angles, regardless of the shape, whether it is regular or not, the sum of interior angles remains guided by the number of sides. Let me say that again. The sum of interior angles is guided by the number of sides. So this is an octagon. N is equals to 8. So we need to know the sum of interior angles so that you add all this and equate to that answer. So this one is given by 180 in brackets n minus 2, 8 minus 2. So this is 180 times 6. Now 180 times 6, this 0, is this 48, is this. So this is the sum of interior angles, 1080. Now, how are you going to use this one? You are going to add all this and equate to 180. So now, so you are going to say 2x plus a half x plus 40 plus 110 plus 135 plus 160 plus 2x plus 10 plus 185. Then all that you are going to equate to, you can write either on this side or the other one, 1080. Now let us add the x's. You have x plus a half x, that is 2.5, or we can, let us keep this one and say x plus x, that is 3x, 2x plus x, 3x plus this 5x. Do you have any other x? This one. So you have 5x and a half. This one we had skipped here. So 5.5 x. Then plus, let me use a different pen so that I don't skip anything. 40 plus 110, that is 150. 150 plus 135, that is 285. 285 plus 160 should give you 5, 4, carry 1, 4. You have that one also. Add this, it will be 454, 55 plus 185. Add, this is 0, carry 1. That is 14, carry 1, 640. I hope I have ticked everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have ticked everything. So on this end, we have 5.5x plus 640 is equals to 1080. So we can take like terms on one side and remain with 5.5x. So we have 1080 minus 640 is equals to 5.5x. So what is this? 1080 minus 640. Subtract, you have 0, 4, and 6. Is it 4? 440. Yes. So we are saying 440 is equals to 5.5x. So how do you solve this? You can write this as an improper fraction. So we can rub all this. This was rough work to create space for this. So this is 440 is equals to 9 over 2x times 2 over 9 times 2 over 9. This one cancels out and you remain with x. So what is x? X is 8x is equals to 880 over 2 over 9 over 9. So you're going to get a fraction. However, let's see whether the answer had a fraction or we made a mistake anyway. So question, this is topic 7. Topic 7. Question 12, question 11. Question 11, you are taught that x is equals to 80 degrees. Let's see where we got it wrong. Oh, sorry. This one, when I was putting the improper fraction, I said this is 9 over 2, but is it 5 times 2 is 2, is 10, plus 1 should have been 11. So this one should have been 11. 11, so this one is, so let us come to this point. you have is equal to 11 over 2x. This is 440. 440 is equal to 11 over 2x. So times 2 over 11 times 2 over 11. So this one you cancel, while this one remains 2 times 440. So 2 times 440 is 880 over 11 is equals to x. So you divide by 11 1 by 11 80. So x is equals to 80 degrees. And that is our answer. So is this difficult? So this one, the concept you are going to use here is to find the sum of the interior angles. However, you are going now to use the simple one of adding, just adding all this. And again, algebra, you need to know how to solve algebra. Now, we can do one more question on this. You are told the sum of interior angles of a regular polygon is 1800 degrees. Find the size of each exterior angle. The sum, you are told the sum of interior angles of a regular polygon is 1800. So S is equals to 1800 degrees. Find the size of exterior angle. So when you are told this, you are going to use either this formula or this formula. But you're given the sum, so the easier one is to first find the number of sides. When you get the number of sides, you're going to get interior angles. Let us do it. Now, you're going to say 1800 is equals to 180 in brackets n minus 2. You can first open or you just divide because you have a number that can easily divide this 180. So this is 10 is equals to n minus 2. So 10 plus 2 is equals to n. So what is your n? N is equals to 12 sides. So the number of sides of this polygon is 12. Now you are asked for the size of interior. So if this polygon looks like this, so assuming this is the interior angle, then you have exterior. You can be able to find the interior angle because you have the sum S 1800 and N S 12. How do you get the size of one angle? Size of one angle, maybe you could have also written that as an additional formula. That size of is formula 3, but that one is not as difficult. Formula 3 is that size of interior angle, you can say is sum of interior angles over n. So that is one formula. I'm going to also add another formula. Let us first finish this question. So here you are going to say size of interior angle is equals to 1800 divided by 12 by 6 2 by 6 3 by 2 1 by 2 150. So the size of interior angle here is 150 degrees, and we know this one is a straight line, so the exterior angle is 180 minus 150. The answer is 30 degrees. The answer for that question. So let us wrap this question and add the two formulas that we have come up with. You could add this also to help you in understanding. So formula 3 size of interior angle is given by sum of interior angles divided by n. In other words, we can also say the sum of interior angles can be given as n times the side. For example, if you have this triangle, nameambiwa this is 60, 60, 60, sum can be 3 times 60, which is 180. The other one, formula form, you can have the size of exterior angle is equals to 180 minus size of interior angle. So the size of exterior angle, as we have demonstrated well using this triangle, if this is 60, this then is 180 minus 60. So the sum of the size of exterior angle is 180 minus the size of interior angle. Will you ever fail a question on polygons? Definitely you shouldn't. I have several other questions that I would want to record. However, I'm going to record in a different video, each question on a separate video. So you can scroll in my channel and continue watching questions on polygons. And if you have any question on this topic, feel free to contact me, comment on this channel, or use my numbers available in this channel. Thank you. All the best in your KJSEA and KCSE. If you also need any tuition services and one-on-one engagements, feel free to reach out. Thank you.